Hello friends, welcome to this course on ANSYS Workbench. In this lecture, we are going to start a new concept and that is about mid-surfacing. First of all, we will understand what is this mid-surfacing, why it is useful and in what type of problem we use this concept of mid-surfacing. Here we can see we have a plate and for this plate we can assume that two of the dimensions of the plate are very large as compared to the third dimension. So for this plate we have its width and breadth and then we have its third dimension, that is thickness, that is T. Here we can see these two dimensions are very large as compared to the thickness. So in these types of problem where two dimensions are very large as compared to the third dimension, we use this concept of mid-surfacing. So basically what we do not perform this as a 3D analysis. We only take the mid-surface of this surface. Here we can see in this orange color, the mid-surface is highlighting. So we take only the plane surface, we do the meshing and all the analysis onto this plane surface and then we give it the value of thickness to this mid surface. So this is called the mid surfacing, but this concept is only applicable when the two dimensions are very large as compared to the third dimension. Now let's understand where we use this concept of mid surfacing. First of all, the element shape. So in the 3D type, we had used the element type that are tetra and hexa element. But in case of 2D, we use the quad element. So quad element has quadrilateral shape like this, and then tria element has triangular shape. And then we have concept of element type. So in element type, we have like thin shell, plate members, membrane, plane stress, plane strain, axis symmetric solids. Now practical application. The concept of mid-surfacing is used in sheet metal components, plastic components like instrumental panel, etc. So these sheet metal components include all the sheet metal part. For example, the body of the cars. So here you can see in this example we have BIW of a automobile car. We have its inner body and then we have its closer body. So all the meshing and analysis of the inner body of the car is done on the mid surfacing. Similarly for the closures and hood and all the outside body, it is also done on the mid surfacing. So that is why the understanding of mid surfacing is very important. Now of course the question comes in mind, when we already have 3D meshing, then why do we perform 2D meshing or mid surfacing? The first advantage of using the mid surfacing is it significantly reduces the number of nodes and element. If you go to this plate, when you perform a 3D meshing of this plate, it is going to create a number of nodes and element. But when we do only the mid surfacing, we take only this mid surface and we only create the 2D mesh. In this, the number of nodes will significantly reduce. It is going to take much lesser time to solve the problem. So when the number of nodes and element reduce, it will reduce the solution time. So you see, it will take lesser time to do the meshing, and while solving the problem, it is going to take much lesser time. And also it has been found by the experiment that the result produced using the 2D mesh is as accurate that we create the 3D mesh. So basically we can do a 2D mesh of same plate and then 3D mesh. And it has been found that the results are very much similar. It means these are 90 to 95% accurate. So in finite element, when we have about 90% accuracy, that is a very good type of accuracy. So in the next lecture, we are going to solve a problem on the mid surfacing. Hello friends, in the previous lecture, we had solved a problem on the mid surfacing. In that problem, we had created the meshing on the mid surface of a plate. But sometimes we import a 3D plate inside the model and then we will understand how to extract the mid surface in that types of problem. Now to understand this, I will go to the static structure and pick and drag this. So now I am taking the default material because I am not going to perform any analysis here. So I will go to this geometry, click on the geometry. This time I will make a right click and then go to import geometry. Click on this browse. Now go to the folder of mid surfacing and you can see plate 1 IGS. So select this file and click on open. Now I will go to this geometry once again and click on edit geometry in design modeler. Now here click on generate and we can see the plate. Now in this type of problem where we have an existing plate, we need to extract the mid surface of this plate. Now to extract the mid surface, we have to go to this option of tools. So go to tools and you can see that is mid surfacing. So click on this mid surface. Now to extract the mid surface, we need to select two opposite pair of the surfaces. So let's say I will select, so first of all I will go to this face pairs, select this face, so select this top face, hold down the control key and then rotate this model like this. Once again hold down the control key and select this opposite face. Now we can see in this preview both the faces are selected. Here we can see the value of tolerances. So tolerances means it is the gap between the surfaces. So sometimes there is a little bit of gap between the surfaces. So the value of tolerance is taken as very less value. So let's say here it is 0.005 etc. So I will click on apply and then click on generate. So here we can see the preview of a mid surface. Now to see the properties of this mid surface, I will go to this mid surface. Also I can go to this part body and select surface body. Now inside the surface body, you can see the thickness is inherited. So inherited means it has automatically taken the thickness from the plate. So in this way we can extract the mid surface. Hello friends, in the previous lecture we had learned about the concept of mid surfacing. Now we are going to solve a problem on the mid surfacing. So while we were working on 3D modeling, we had solved this problem, a plate with a hole. So we had solved this problem using the 3D analysis. But now we are going to solve this similar problem on a 2D analysis. So basically we are going to take the mid surface of this problem and then we apply all the boundary condition force onto that 2D part. So we have dimensions of this plate is 100, 100 and 5. So in this case this value of 5 is thickness. We have hole diameter at the center, that is 25, and the value of force is given. And we can see the force is applied on the vertical downward direction and this face of this plate is fixed. And then we have material property, like we have steel material. This is value of Young modulus, Poisson's ratio. So now let's go to ANSYS and then solve this problem. So first I will take this static structure, pick and drop this, and then I can give it some name. So go to this arrow and then click on rename. So we are going to take 2D plate. So give it name like this is 2D plate. After that go to this engineering data, right click and edit. So first of all we need to create a new material. So let's create a material quickly, steel. Go to this isotropic and then pick and drop this. So this is megapascal. So this value is 2140 and this is 0.3. 0.3, press enter. Click close and then go to geometry, right click and then go to Now we have two options. We can import any existing plate or we can create a new plate in Design Modeler. So right now I am creating a new plate in the Design Modeler. So click on New. So here I will select the units and make sure it is millimeter, and then I will go to sketching, and then let's draw a rectangle because our plate is of rectangular shape. And then I will go to this XY plane once again, and then let's draw a rectangle like this. Now I can also create a circle inside this. So take the circle and draw a circle here. After that I will go to dimensions and then select general. So we know this dimension here, this dimension here, and this dimension. So the value of this horizontal and vertical value is 100. This is 100 and this is 25. And now we have to place this hole at the center of this plate. So once again I will go to this dimensioning, hold down the control key and then select the center, select this line and place it. Similarly select the center and this horizontal line and then pick this. So these value will be 50 and then this value will also be 50. Now we can see this plate is properly created. After that we need to create a surface of this plate. To create the surface of this plate, I will go to this concept and then I will select surface from sketches. Click on this and here we need to select a sketch. So what I do, I will go to this XY plane, expand this and I will select a sketch. So now the complete sketch is selected. I click on apply. But before that I will also insert the value of thickness. We know the value of thickness is 5 mm. Press enter and then click apply. Click on generate and now we can see a surface has been created that is of thickness 5 mm. So now I will go to file and click on close design modeler. So I will go to file and go to save as. In your project folder I will select 2D mid surfacing _1. So you can also use this file for your reference. After that we need to create the load and boundary condition. So we are going to do this in the next lecture. Hello friends, in this lecture we will continue from the previous problem and we were solving a plate with a hole problem. So till now we had created the geometry. After that I will go to this model, I will create the meshing and I will apply load and boundary condition. If you want to work along with me, you can also go to file, open, and you can open this file 2D mid surfacing 1. I click cancel. I will go to model, right click and click on edit. Now we can see the plate. After that I will go to this geometry and we need to apply the material to this. So we can see surface body is highlighting. Click on the surface body. Now inside the properties of the surface body we can see the thickness is 5 mm. It means it is a proper value. So I will go to this assignment, click on this arrow and select steel from here. After that I will go to the mesh. Go to mesh, right click and click on generate mesh. And now we can see a mesh is generated. So here we can change the element size. So before that make sure we have proper unit set. So I will go to home and in the units make sure it is selected as mm. So in the default size I will take the size like let's say this is 3 mm. Press enter, go to mesh, right click and generate the mesh. And here we can see we have a much finer mesh. So we can consider this mesh. So if you go to the statistics we can see the number of nodes are only 3000 and element are only 1000. So you see number of nodes and elements are significantly reduced. So I will go to this static structure, right click and then I go to force, and let's say I want to apply the force onto this surface. So I will go to this edge selector from here and then select this edge, and then go to this define by and select the components. So I will insert the value in Z direction, so this is negative 10,000, and then for the geometry I will select this edge and click on apply. Now we can see the load is applied. After that we need to apply the constraint. So I will go to this static structure, right click and then select fixed support. Select this edge, make sure the edge selector is selected, click on apply. So both the loads and boundary conditions are applied. I will go to the solution, right click, I want total deformation, and then I want von Mises stress. So click on solution and then solve this. So I go to total deformation, and now we can see the problem has solved. I will go to this equivalent stresses, and you can see the value of equivalent stress. So if you want to see a 3D preview of this, I will go to this display and make a check on this thick shell and beam style. So now we can see we have a 3D preview of this. So I can go to this animate and you can see the animation. So I can make a uncheck on this. So now we have a 2D view. So in this way we can perform a mid-surfacing analysis.